guys, as promised, I'm going today to do upper body and a little bit of inner thigh work. So we're going to start with the most brutal thing, which is a tricep dip. So I'm going to use the table again, and I promise throughout the workout I will show you how to use different parts of my house. But today we're going to start again with the table. So you're going to place your hands in a parallel position. You're going to sit. You want to feel like you're sitting in a seat, so you're going to stick your bottom out slightly. And I want you to think about contracting your serratus anteriors, which you all know where that is, underneath the arm here. And all you're going to do is you're going to press down and you're going to breathe in. You're going to keep your bottom sticking out. And then you're going to breathe out and you're going to come back up. And what we're thinking about using is the tricep. You're also working your quadriceps. Be careful that you don't go down too far because that's going to be too hard to get back up. 4. I'm really sticking my bottom out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now don't feel surprised if you can feel a little bit of something happening in your trapeze. That's quite normal because we're working it. We're now going to do a quadricep stretch just to break up the tricep dip, because we're going to do another 10.
Are you going to do little pumps?
No.
No pumps?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm working up to it.
Building up to the pumps.
If you want, you can drop your head forward here when you're doing this stretch. It's really nice. You get a nice stretch through the cervical spine.
Is there anyone that shouldn't do this, Nat? It's pretty safe, no?
I think at the moment, I think this is a safe exercise. I think if you do suffer with really tight trapeze, I think be careful with this one because it can charge up the trapeze a little bit. So just take it easy. If you start doing it and all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's already hurting when you're just beginning, then maybe this is one that you might just want to skip. There's lots more to come. Bottom sticking out. This is important. Like you're sitting in a chair. Out lift. 1, 2. Now, if you want to add a little bit of extra work in, you can start squeezing your hamstring butt connection points as well. 4, 5 hamstring butt connection points are in here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming in, holding onto something, and now going into another quadricep stretch. You can see again, I want your knee aligned with your hip. Drop your head forward. Relaxing the neck. Getting a nice stretch through the thoracic spine as well. We've got 10 more to go. Okay. Feet slightly out from you. Bottom out, breath in, drop down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you've done my previous workouts, hopefully you'll have a little bit of muscle soreness from the last ones. How many have we got to go, Mandy? 4?
8. That number 8.
9.
That's it.
And 10, and resting. Take your arm across your chest. Give your triceps a little stretch.
Drop your shoulder.
Taking it across. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to do the arm series. So I'm going to use a 0.5 kilo weight, which is what I start all of my girls on and my boys. And the most I would ever move up to with an exercise like this would be at 1 kilo. And you can use, if you don't have weights, you can use a can of fruit. You can use a little water bottle with water in it, obviously not empty, or even a little ball, just something that you've got something that you can feel a little bit of resistance. The most important thing for this is I really want to make sure you have a good pillow set up. I always use 2 in the studio, and I think more or less you don't want your head dropping down too far. With your shoulder, you don't want to be pulling down on the shoulder too much. You want the shoulder to be in a comfortable position. Again, serratus anterior needs to be on. And you're going to breathe out as you open the arm. Now, I always like to have my hand touching my muscle in here so I can feel that muscle working. So this is a rotator cuff series, so you'll feel lots and lots of different muscles working when you do this series.
Who were we speaking to the other day that was having problems with their...
Or the rotator cuff.
Yes.
5, 6, 7, Donnie.
Ah, yes.
8, 9, or you can just have your hand like this. 10. This is a really great one preparing us for the beach. It's kind of like a subtle arm series that kind of creeps up on you. So now you'll be starting to feel something happening.
How many reps are you doing?
I've got 6 more to go. This one I go for 20 and then the rest of the series is for 10. 4, 5, 6, oh, I think I've lost count. 7, 8, I think I've just done 2 more.
I think I
9,
must be the official
10 and rest.
rep counter.
Yeah, I'm not so good at counting and teaching and talking and exercising at the same time.
I think you're doing a marvelous,
Much easier
marvelous
just teaching you all and telling you what to do.
I think you're doing a marvelous job.
Okay, so the arm's going to come up again. When you drop the arm forward, there's going to be a twist. Now, if you watch my shoulder, if I don't contract my serratus anterior, what will happen is my arm is just going to come out of its socket. Okay, I'm exaggerating for your benefit. So you really want to make sure that this is locked in. It's kind of like a support network for the arm. Elongate through the arm so you can feel the muscles, hold for 2 or 3 seconds, and then come back.
But don't lock that elbow, no?
Yeah, I'm not like, I'm almost locking. And this is for 10.
3.
And by contracting in here as well, not only are you supporting the shoulder, you're also working on these little chachi bits underneath the arm. Little chachi chunky bits. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to stay out there and we're going to do circles. You've got options. You can do your circle like this or your circle like this. 10 circles. 1, 2.
See, now I would say slow it down. It's like it's stirring through, honey.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest.
That was a quick last couple there, Nat.
Alright, so we've got 3 more parts of the series to go. So you're going to lift your arm up, you're going to bring your knees up, and then you're going to come down to being in line with the knee. It's not resting on the knee, it's just before the knee. And back up, and down, and back up, and down, and back up, and down, and up, and down, and up. 5 more. Down. How are you all going? How's everyone going with the lock-in? Such an interesting experience. So,
How are you going with the lock-in?
how am I going with the lock-in? Depending upon the day, to be honest. Yesterday I had a day of being kind of a little bit somber. And finding myself in many moments of just pausing and just sitting down and pausing and thinking about what I had to do next, and spending a lot of time with Scarlett and Hunter because they're requiring a lot of attention. Well, especially Scarlett's requiring a lot of attention because she's very bored being in the house and obviously she's used to doing a lot more exercise. Okay, so we're now going to do circles on the side. So arms aligned with the side. Again, don't pull down too hard on that shoulder. Remember, you're already going to be working your trapeze a little bit in this exercise as well. So if you pull down too hard on the shoulder, you're going to take it into too much of a stretch. And that's another reason why this head, the positioning of the head is important. If you have a pillow that's too low, you can see that now my neck is on a complete stretch the whole time, and that's not going to make me feel very good by the end of the exercise. So please make sure that you have good pillows. Okay, so did I do the circles on the side?
No.
No, I'm talking.
Talk and work.
3, 4,
Slow it down.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reversing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now this is the nice little gift at the end. Slightly bend the arm. You're going to take your arm all the way over your head, but you are not going to touch your ear. Now what I want you to think of is your scapula is coming out of your back. Now always in Pilates we're drawing down on the scapula. In this exercise you're actually letting it flare out of the back. If you get a little bit of a quiver at this point, that's normal as well, because it's quite strong as the scapula swings out of the back, and then you pull it back down into place. So the scapula is kind of massaging as well your back, coming out and back and coming all the way over and back, over and back. 6 more. Yeah,
You're doing well.
part of me is enjoying having a lockdown, because it's nice to kind of get out of the rat race and stop feeling like you're running a million miles an hour. Just depends on how normal.
Some of us still have been.
Maddie's been running around. Well,
But-
she's not running around, she's sitting at the desk working like
Yes, I'm looking forward to
very,
it.
very long days to get all of these systems up and online.
But we're doing well.
But we're doing well. And I've stopped talking to her consistently like I was the first week. We're going to change sides the first week. I just basically didn't stop talking to her until she asked me to stop talking to her eventually. Okay, so we're going to set up. How's that, Randy?
That's good.
Okay, you're going to create that L shape with your arm. Tuck yourself in when you're on camera. Serratus anterior on through the back. Serratus anterior is this guy through here. If you press down with your arm in whatever direction, you'll feel that muscle go on in the back. Okay, so all set. We're going to open up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these first classes that I've done, I've kind of designed them to be fairly general. What I will start doing though next week, for those of you that have bad backs, I'm going to do a back class. Mandy, can you count for me?
That's 10.
I'm going to do a back class for you, so you've got a class that you can do 2 or 3 times a week for your backs. I'll start doing just a few more specific classes as well, so for those of you that have those specific issues, you can re-watch those videos and repeat them.
And next week I'm going to do some bar Pilates.
Next week Mandy's going to do some bar Pilates for all of you crazy people out there that like doing hardcore bar Pilates. That's not me. Although I might do it just for pure entertainment purposes for you guys to watch me do bar Pilates and whinge.
And what, moan along?
How many have I done?
One more.
And lifting up, serratus on, and twisting. 1, 2, 3 back. 1, 2, 3 back. Be careful also, some of you I know that you like to do this. Make sure your head's on straight.
It's cold today.
It is cold, it's gotten very cold.
5 more.
I've got to venture out some point today to go shopping, which is not really the nicest
Kind of frightening, isn't it?
nicest feeling going shopping at the moment. Could probably put it off to tomorrow. I read on someone's Facebook the other day that they saw going shopping as a way of like going, it's their time to go to a club or to go as social as you can get. I don't feel like that when I go shopping.
No, I find it, well, I haven't been out because I find it I feel too nervous. It starts to smart, doesn't it? You're doing a great job.
7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. I know, because I keep freaking out. I went to the fruit and veg shop and I bought some celery the other day, and she touched the celery, then she put the celery on the counter, and then I didn't want to pick the celery up and tell her I wanted the other celery. Then I put the celery in the bag and I've got the plastic glove on, and
Wonder if we're all going to become obsessive compulsive.
then I'm scared about touching the money, and then I put the money in my jacket pocket, and then I'm worried that the coronavirus is living in my jacket pocket, and I'm worried I'm going to put my hand into my pocket and pull the coronavirus out in the house. Yeah, I think we are all going to become slightly obsessed and obsessive compulsive. And pulling it down, 2, 3, and I'm really...
Is there any way to breathing with this and that, or is it just whatever?
No, you should be breathing out every time you're moving.
Breathe out down on the movement.
So of course you could be working your abdominals at this point, so you're doubling up on the exercise, so it's not just an arm exercise, it's also an abdominal exercise. But it's really hard for me to talk and do my abs at the same time. Mandy?
8, this is 8.
10, then move your arm to the side and we do your circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reversing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, rest.
I love the way you just like that 10 one, you just go, oh yep, rest.
Come on guys, this is like week 2 or week 1 or whatever we're in of me getting fit in front of you.
Exactly. Nat's fitness program online.
I tell you, I'll take my clothes off at the end of the lockdown and see.
I would have said, you're going to get emails for people actually demanding that now, so be careful.
Bring your arm all the way over. This is where I'm letting my scapula come out of my back.
That's a beautiful feeling. It's that nice release.
Yeah, this is like the reward.
It is a reward.
Letting all the way out. How are you going in lockdown, Mandy?
I'm adjusting. I miss walking. I normally walk at least,
Well, you take the dogs for a walk.
half an hour to an hour a day.
You put your mask and your gloves on and take those dogs for a walk.
Sure. Yeah, I think now that we've got the online booking system up and the wellness program launched, I can start focusing and getting into more of a rhythm.
Oh, there's the dogs. Shh. Okay, great. So now we're going to do a little bit of unfront work. So we're going to get rid of the big black pillow, and we're going to take a head pillow. You're going to lay face down. So we've just worked your triceps, we've done your tricep dip, so you should be able to feel your triceps when you do this exercise. Forehead's going to go on the pillow, hands are going to go down on the side. You're going to take a deep breath in to prepare, and then as you breathe out, you're going to firstly contract the pelvic floor, contract your transverse abdominis, squeeze your bum and your inner thighs together, and you're going to do a small lift off, and you're going to think of reaching through the crown of your head, reaching through the fingers, thinking of your shoulders being open like a coat hanger. Breath in, come back down. Breathing out, abdominals, pelvic floor, glutes.
So you're really sucking your belly button to your spine, no?
Yeah.
Lifting the pelvic floor at the same time.
And anyone that knows or has been taught by Melissa Laing knows that this is her thing. On front, pelvic floor, abdominals, glutes, a work. Breath in, breath out, pelvic floor, abdominals, glutes, and lift.
Nice. And now we can see all of that working.
Hopefully I get the tick of approval from my sister.
I'm sure you will.
She watches it. I don't get any comments below correcting me.
You're doing a good job. I think after 24 years, you know how to do it.
Well, it's very interesting after doing Pilates for so many years how nice it is to still be taught.
It's very true.
And how I relish my moments in Adelaide. Breath in. Really reaching through the fingers is getting the tricep working. Reaching through the crown of my head and down. Again, I think I said in the last video, I think we did this in the last video, if you're someone that's prone to getting cramps, you're going to want to put a cushion underneath your ankles, because I'm starting to get a cramp now. How many have I done, Mandy?
I've stopped counting.
Oh.
So this would be 7, I think.
I think this is 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was daydreaming.
No daydreaming, Mandy. I actually thought I could count and teach and do all of this at the same time, and I realised I cannot.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to put my
back in the room.
I'm getting a cramp, so this is what I want you crampy people to do. You know who you are. Now we're going to do the Sphinx. Hands are going to go either side. Head's going to go down. I'm going to roll my shoulders forward to start with. I'm then going to roll my shoulders back, and I'm contracting into my serratus anterior and into my lats. I want the same thing happening with the abs and the pelvic floor and the glutes. You're then going to roll the shoulders back, and I'm going to be pulling away on my two outside fingers. I'm pulling to create traction on the floor, which is connecting into my muscles more in my back. And then I breathe in and I roll forward, the shoulders roll forward. I roll back, connect, pull from the floor with my fingers. And down. Actually, I'm going to change that cue. I want you to keep your bums off for this, please. Shoulders forward, abdominal pelvic floor, and lift. Next week we'll add a little extension on. Last one. Good. And just dropping back into a child pose. Reaching your hands forward, stretching your lower back. Okay, we're going to come into a plank game today because I really think the planks are, I don't like them, obviously, myself, but I really think they are all over body workouts, exercises, so I think they're nice. I'm gonna be threading them into your workouts quite a bit because I think we all try and avoid the plank if we can. And I think if I just insert it into like every couple of workouts, you'll get strong and you'll be doing much more, you'll be able to do them much easier than you ever could have imagined. So yesterday or the day before we did them with our hands like this. Today we're going to do it with one hand like this and one hand like this. Elbows are still going to be aligned with the shoulders. So I'm not interlacing, I'm clasping my hand. I'm going to go back with my feet. I'm going to lock into the upper body muscles that I've just been working. I'm going to breathe in.
Drop slightly, honey.
And breathe out.
For everyone who's got cervical issues or thoracic issues like me, just judge how long you can hold this because I know for myself it really agitates my neck.
And I did 4 breaths. And if this is something that you know does agitate your neck, just don't do it.
Yes, I
Okay,
decided that I was going to do the spiders challenge.
There's no point. There's no point in doing things that you know are going to agitate you. Just fast forward this section.
Yes, the spiders challenge was not a good option for
And
me.
here we go again.
Relax your neck now.
I'm squeezing my bum.
Pushing back through her heels. Sucking her belly up.
And rest. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is we're going to do some side planking, and we're going to do 3 breaths. I'm going to come back to center, 3 breaths, come back to center, 3 and 3. We'll increase as the workouts go on, but today we're just starting to see what the side plank feels like. So you're going to come both hands along with your shoulders. You're then going to twist. These hands are here, and you're going to hold. Working your abs.
Make sure you keep your neck in alignment with your spine.
Come back to center. Flip. Abs. Upper body.
Neck now a little bit up the other way. That's it. That's beautiful.
They are a challenge.
This is actually
Twisting.
your clients are gonna love this. Sorry, I didn't make you laugh. Lift your neck up. That's it, shoulders down.
Maybe you need a Mandy in the room. Twisting to the other side.
That's beautiful.
And resting.
For those of you who can't see, she's shaking.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to do something nice. I think I'm going to do it to the side, and then I'm going to do it to the front so you can see the angle. Legs are going to be extended out. You're going to take your arms to the side, and you're just going to do a drop down and stretch through your side, right side. My right sitting bone is pulling down onto the floor. And then going to come up, and I'm going to twist. I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to come down, I'm going to come over and stretch. I'm going to come back up, twist, 2, 3. For those of you that can't work that out by looking at me doing it on the side.
Oh, your
Oh, no.
socks are a little bit.
Oh no.
That's
Right, I'm going to keep my feet pointed.
That's got her favourite, very holy socks on.
We're going to
You can still see
stretch, lift, and twist. 2, 3, and lift, and stretch. But flex the feet, it's much nicer than pointing them. And I'm going to go over, last one. Here, just relaxing. Some people might be able to get down to their elbow. I myself can't. The idea is to feel good, to stretch, up, and twist. 2, 3, last one, over, holding, and up, and twist. 2, 3. Okay, so a little bit of inner thigh work. If you've got one of these, great, but I'm imagining most of you don't, but I know that some of you do, so I'm just going to use it as I would in the studio, but you may need to create something of a similar height with a group of books or
a pillow.
Yeah, basically be creative. Whatever you've got in your house, you got to make it work.
The ball as well.
You could use a ball. I'll do the exercise and then you guys work out how you're gonna make it happen. So the most important thing in the Aussie Ballet series, which I call it, is that my knee is aligned with my hip, which it's obviously not.
You need to move a little bit up a little bit because we can't see your toes.
Oh,
That's
my
better.
body.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Okay.
That's better.
The benefit of what you guys are doing in the house is you're doing it without someone watching you and telling you what you're doing wrong. Whereas I've got a little lady behind the camera giving me like little directions if I'm doing things wrong, and I've got to try and work out what it is she's saying when she's doing this and count at the same time. Okay, I suggest you do it with a pillow. It's much more comfortable. Those of you that like to torture yourself, you can do it like that, but I don't think we should torture ourselves in a coronavirus saga. Okay, so my hip bone is level with my other hip bone. I've got little people space under here, that's really important. I'm going to flex my foot and I'm going to lift my leg. So this is an inner thigh workout. Now you can either have a flexed foot and a parallel leg or a sickled leg, okay? Whatever gets into your inner thigh more. I'm today going to do it like this, but next week I'll do it with a sickle and show you the different options. And we're going to hold this for 1 minute. I'm going to keep that little space for little people here to come under. That's just indicating that I'm working my abs. This is optional, you can do this with weights, but I suggest no one does anything with weights until they've done the workout a couple of times and they get used to the exercise.
Are you going to do the complete series or just
Yes.
inner thigh? Okay.
Why? And drop the leg
It's going
down.
to be a long video.
And lifting. And lifting. Every time I lift, I'm breathing out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 more, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg up, pump it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ow, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little rest. That was the fastest I've ever done the Aussie Ballet series because I've just been given that this video is starting to go too long. Lifting the leg up, circles,
It's
10
only
one
because
way.
it's hard to download them, that's the only reason.
9, 10, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh.
I love those
Changing
last
sides.
10.
Huh?
I love that last 10. Like 8, 9, 10.
Can you see me, Mandy?
Yep, that's great. Better this
Everything's
side.
aligned. Lifting the leg and holding for 1 minute, more or less, 1 minute.
I like to think of the energy running out through the heel so that you're lifting with that adductor and just energy running through. No, the internet's quite slow.
Yeah, the videos are taking a long time to download. They're taking us a good
6 to 8 hours for some of them. Not everybody's streaming so low, but so slow, but ours is. I think because so much is going on in the world right now.
8, 9, 10, 10, 9,
How are those little people, Nat?
8, they're squashed.
That's what I was thinking.
8, 9, 10, how are you?
I kind of got that feeling.
Up can't breathe under here. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Squeeze
5,
that butt.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Almost there. I'm not even going to rest. I'm going to go straight into my circles,
Well done.
which was a really stupid idea.
5, 6, 8, 9,
10.
Oh, feel the burn.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Little people.
9, 10. Oh,
Well done now.
well, guys, I had a little bit more planned for you, but the boss says that's enough for the videos, so you're going to have to wait. I was drinking a glass of wine last night while making dinner, coming up with a great series in the kitchen, so I just have to prepare the kitchen at some point so I can show you some stretches you can do while making dinner and drinking wine in the lockdown, because it's not all about getting down on the mat and working. There is moments that we can use other spaces, so look forward to that one. See ya.